So, let's go and raise a subcontract order for the demolition services. We go to Subcontract Orders and click Create Subcontractor Order. On the right, we'd upload the legal subcontractor order documents, such as the contract agreement, work safety agreement, and so forth, so they are all in one place with the contract financials and not in a separate file folder. Then, we select the subcontractor company and the subcontractor contact person. We may click Create Company and add the company name and registry code. Planyard notifies us if we already have a subcontractor registered with the same registry code to avoid duplicate contacts. Here, we can enter the agreed payment terms. Once we approve the invoice, we can double-check that it has the agreed-upon payment date when signing the contract. We can automate and simplify the retention booking and tracking calculations. To automatically book 5% of retention for each invoice, click Add Subcontractor Retention and enter 5%. We can also manually book the retention for each invoice separately. Choose Manually Book Retention. And then finally, we register the subcontractor quote or schedule of values. We click Select in Bulk. We see our project budget, and this is what's committed. So we see that most of our orders still need to be placed. As this is our subcontractor order for demolition works, check the box before demolition and update selection. These are the items and units that we estimated. We can go quickly and add the quantity or cost of the items. Let's say the wall demolition will cost us $1,000 more than estimated, and site cleanup and preparation will cost $500 less. We can add and create sub-items if the subcontractor quote has a more thorough breakdown. This means we still have one line in the budget, but we can track the invoices against the subcontractor's original quote as we process the invoice. The project manager creates the payment application template or form here and decides to what level he wants to break it down. If ready, just hit Submit. Then, we registered our subcontractor order, which is now in the subcontract orders list. When we go to the budget, we see the committed costs and a red notification indicating that something needs attention. Let's now say our project is ongoing. The subcontractor is working on the site, and we agreed upon a change order so we can easily register it here. We open our subcontract order. We go and click Add a Variation. Demolition Services. Select Assign it to the wall demolition line in the budget, then 5 cubic meters with a unit price of $50 and a total cost of $250. We can register a negative change order by marking the quantity negative. As we registered the change order, Planyard updated the committed cost column in the budget. We'll see a red notification because the committed cost for demolition will be more than our revised budget. You can also allow your site engineers to register the new change orders for the subcontractor orders. Go to Settings, click Share, and select the person and a limited role. In conclusion, all the variations are registered as agreed upon, and you don't need a separate spreadsheet to track them. They are all in one place on one list and are also linked to our budget under Commitments. As we received a prepayment invoice, we can easily click to add a prepayment and say that the prepayment is for $1,000. We uploaded the prepayment invoice again, and it's linked to our subcontractor order. Now, whenever I go to my subcontract order again, this is my subcontract's real-time financial performance with retention, change orders, and prepayments. Let's now say we receive the invoice from the subcontractor. Again, see a red notification at the top of the Files tab. We open the invoice. We select the subcontractor and select the invoice for a subcontractor order. We choose the corresponding subcontractor order. So, we see the schedule of values on the left, along with the added variation. We can immediately settle the $1,000 prepayments. Let's say the invoice is for wall demolition services worth $4,000, which means $22,000 are remaining. Clearly, nobody can overbill us, so we do not have to have a separate spreadsheet to track the order payment summaries. We performed 3 cubic meters of change orders services now. Again, they are worth $150, and there are 100 remaining to be billed in the future. Here, we see how much retention is booked, which is automatically calculated, how much prepayment is settled, and how much needs to be paid to the subcontractor. When everything is correct on the invoice, we hit Submit. So, there is automatically a bill to pay in our accounting software. The invoice is stored under the Costs tab. Whenever we open our subcontractor order, We see how much is spent and how much you have remaining, how much retention is booked, which we can release from here, and that the prepayment is settled. Also, Planyard updates the budget, so my budget is revised wherever I process the invoice. A small notification appears on top of the budget indicating an issue that needs attention.